must also realize that the problems of racial injustice and economic injustice cannot be solved without a radical redistribution of political and economic power. Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you as dumb as you are right now?
We undervalue ourselves. The status quo is what we agree to too often. People fought and died for the things that we have now, for the rights that we have now. See, protests to change the law, that's kind of the bedrock of the working class. No one has our best interests in mind. So what's stopping us? Maybe this? Or this guy?
Good evening and welcome to this special live version of John Birch Society Roundup here on Somerville Community Access Television. Tonight we've actually gone out and captured from his home in Lexington Noam Chomsky, and we're holding him hostage until he recants everything that he said over the past 30 years.
I mean, we do have the right to push, to push levers every couple of years. But the question is whether the population actually can play a meaningful role in managing its own affairs, and I don't think it does. All that we've been talking about illustrates that. For example, popular attitudes are very different from the spectrum of government policies. The population is expected to simply be observers. They are what are called ignorant and meddlesome outsiders in the way the theories are designed.
A Brave New World is a book that was written in 1930. It's a dystopian novel, and it describes this elite control, but not by force, by pacification. Now, remember, in the 1930s, if you were someone that was striking, they considered that a threat to democracy, and you were probably a communist. So, these communists, it was totally fine for them to break up strikes. And that was happening for 13 years. Strikes would happen because labor was kind of in a tricky spot where they didn't really have any rights. So they were protesting to get some rights. And then they would be broken up by the federal government because they were a threat to democracy. This is all happening for 13 years prior to Huxley writing his dystopian novel about elite control by pacification. Here's the interesting thing. The business journals at the time, in 1930, they started writing about
special for movie week, only 28 cents a pound, plus 3 cents refundable deposit on the jar.
Elastic starch, large package, 10.
Focus their minds on the frivolous things of life. In 1930, frivolous spending, or consumer spending, things that don't, non-necessity spending, is that what they call it? I think so. In the 1930s was 15, 17%. In 1985, that changed to almost 50% of consumer spending was on frivolous things.
Nearly 36 million Americans suffer from tinnitus, or head noises. It may be an intermittent sound or an ongoing, continuous sound in one or both ears.
I have tinnitus, or head noise, and it is ongoing. But it's funny, whenever you have something that's super, super constant, you can kind of just forget about it. I mean, occasionally, it'll get pretty bad where it feels like a cotton ball is shoved in my ear, followed by really high-pitched ringing. That's hard to ignore. But we've been bathing in marketing noise for so long, we don't even hear it anymore. We can choose to challenge the way that things are. I mean, just like the people that went before us. We can protest.
That's the way every social change that's been worthwhile has come about. These things are not given as gifts by experts or benevolent autocrats. They're struggled for and fought for.
It's only after hours of organizing and marching and yelling that we gain any sort of freedom. So why can't people find a cause to get behind, like our great-grandparents and our grandparents did for civil rights and voting rights and labor unions? Somehow we let our passion fade about police brutality.
Hello, my name's Mary Copeland and welcome to The Road Ahead. Today our guest is Dr. Robin Fiscus of Simply Here. Robin is a doctor of audiology, and for over 15 years she has been providing, this is a tongue twister, providing hearing health care for those with hearing loss. Robin, welcome to the show today.
There's a lot of bad information on the internet. See someone who can provide you with like real, true, honest, researched information.
Okay. Well, that's it for today, folks. Robin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And until the next time, we'll see you again. Take care of those ears.
Robin, thank you for speaking to the deaf. In every society, critics are maligned. There is a lot of
bad information
on the internet. There's also a lot of distractions, lots of things that you're told you want, desires, frivolous things. Well, I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that maybe the rise in entertainment and technology in the past 30 years, 40 years, might have something to do with pacification of a generation, or maybe of an entire society. I know I feel like a binky, I know I feel like a 3-year-old with his binky sometimes. I need no. Sympathy is a basic human emotion that's often crowded out by fear or selfish desires. I feel like the common thing amongst people nowadays is take all you can get and leave nothing for anyone else. Self-preservation, I suppose. Jesus said that the second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor. We're all made of the same thing, and if you haven't realized that yet, I hope you will in time. When I started realizing that my life could have been anybody's life, but for some reason, by some happenstance, I made some decisions and it led me here, it gave me a lot of empathy for people. All people. Even the people that I feel like may hold all the power and maybe are the source of most of our problems. Still have empathy for those people because they're just like me. See, loving your neighbor is just second fiddle. It's an honorable mention. The first commandment is to love God. Our shared experience of humanity is up to us individually. So you're most useless in society when you're passive. Fight to be of use. Do good work. It's way bigger than you. Later this month, I'm filming with my buddy Seth. Seth also has a father who was wrongfully convicted. Crazy set of happenstance. I didn't know this when I met him, but that's how life works. We're here for raw, real conversations that reflect our broken system and the societal effects of that system. I don't know. Think about all the
New None Such coffee has a different flavor, a flavor preserved by vacuum packing, the flavor retained by refrigeration after the jar has been opened. Just taste it. You can't miss
the noise in your life. Think about how you can turn it down. I, unfortunately, cannot turn down my head noise. Until next time, be well, do good work, stay disciplined.